Here I'm going to be showing you a mining tutorial that is relevant in Elite Dangerous 1.5. I'm basically going to show you my layout of my ship, the mining process, and that's pretty much it. I'm sure everyone knows how to sell things. So if we go into services, I'll just go into my outfitting now and show you this. So you can see, start with, we've got 2 mining lasers. I'm using the Lacon Type 6, by the way, probably should have mentioned that. And I do not have any other weapons, and I actually don't have any defences. But I've not been attacked whilst doing this at all, so hopefully you'll be okay as well. Yeah, 2 mining lasers. They're small ones, but they seem to be able to mine at a decent speed anyway. Then if we go inside reactor bay, this is actually the standard reactor, but I've upgraded my power distributor because basically the mining lasers use up a lot of power, and I need bigger capacitors to keep them going for longer, and they don't quite run all the time, but they are a lot better than they were when I started out. Next, you might see I've upgraded my cargo space, so I've got 2 32 slots and 2 16 slots, so I've got 96 slots of total storage capacity, which is obviously quite big. The standard layout for the Lacon Type 6 is only 50, I think. So this is almost double that. Then I've got a refinery, and if we go into the refinery and we actually have a look, let's just sort this by module type. So if I compare these, thing you've got to look out for, obviously class and rating, but the biggest thing with these is the number of bins you've got. Okay, so here you can see I've got 7 bins and this has got 1. Basically, the more bins you have, the easier it is to be able to mine things, because with more bins you can process more different metals and minerals at the same time. So I can process 7 different minerals at the same time, whereas with only 1 you can only process 1 at a time, and any others you have to chuck away. So you want as many as possible. I've got 7. I want to upgrade to 9, but I haven't actually been able to find anywhere that's got a refinery with 9 bins. So yeah, look out for, so you can see here, refinery bins 3, 4. You want the biggest you can afford, basically. Next, you want to have collector limpet controllers. I've got 2 because I wanted to have 2 limpets going at the same time. They are stackable, so you can have 2. Try and get my words out. You can have 2 that only have 1 limpet controller. I could just compare it. Obviously don't bother looking at the refinery, but here you go. So what you want to look out for is the maximum active limpets, target range, and lifetime. So I've got 2, mine are both exactly the same, so I can have 1 active limpet with each of these, so that's 2 in total, and the lifetime of each one is 720 seconds, and after that time they expire, they run out of fuel or whatever. So that's what you want to look out for on the limpet controllers, how many you can have going at a time, and also the lifetime of the limpets. So that's my overview of my ship. I don't actually have any decals or anything, who cares. But yeah, so I will get back to you again when I'm approaching where I'm going to mine. And also, one thing to note just before we head off, if we're going to starport services and you're going to restock, you notice I can't reload all or any of this, but if you're going to restock, you can buy limpets, and I suggest about 10 to 15 limpets per limpet, basically times the number of active limpets you can have at a time by 15. So I've got 2, so I've got 30, and obviously I've still got 66 slots left for any cargo I'm going to pick up. So but obviously if you've only got a smaller ship, then do not worry about having as many. You just won't be able to mine for as long. But obviously I've got quite a large storage hold here, so basically that's quite a good ratio there. And also you can obviously start, limpets are only worth 100 credits each, so you can basically throw them away if you're running out of cargo space. And I'm just going to show you really quick what to look out for in when you go to mine. I'm going to put a list in the description as a gallery on it's a gallery that shows you basically all of the different systems that have got this type of structure, and so just search for it and see which ones you're close to. So if I click on here, and what you want to look out for is I can't really go over there because the mouse is going to work, but if you look on the left, you see Otho AB ring 3, AB3 ring A, C ring type metallic. That's what you want to look out for. So just look at the systems near you, and you want to look out for a metallic system. So I'm going to launch now, and I will get back to you when we are close. Okay, so we're starting to approach where we're going to be mining now, and you'll see as we get closer there's the rings, and basically on the map which you've just seen there was 2 rings. There's the inner ring, which is the one we want, the metallic one, and then there's an outer icy ring as well. So we don't want to go into the icy ring, we want to go into the outer one. And something to note is that you're going to want to ignore all these resource extraction sites on your map. You don't need to go to them, and you're likely to get attacked by pirates or something then, unless we haven't got any weapons or shields. That wouldn't exactly be great. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, as we get closer, we're just going to look at a ring, and we're just going to head towards it. So we're going for this kind of browny gold, like sandy type colour one on the inside. We're not going for this icy one. We're going for the metallic ring. And yeah, it's important to note that you do want metallic rings and not high metal content rings or whatever they're called. So we're just going to aim for this ring, and if you just watch my speed, as we start to get closer I'll start to slow down. Really slow down now. And then just point the ship down to the middle of nowhere, and you'll see we don't even have to press anything. As we get there, it will just drop us straight out of what's it called? Whatever it's called, that warp drive stuff, and it will just put us in the normal mode. So what we're going to do is, what I like to do is I like to move this way, keep the planet on my left, or what you can do is you can head towards the planet. Either one works. I mean, you're not going to run out of rocks either way, but that's just to make sure that you don't keep mining exactly the same rocks over and over again, basically. So what we're going to do is we are just going to go over to our functions, and we're going to lower our cargo scoop deployed. And we're just going to go up to this first rock here, put power to weapons. Now notice I haven't deployed any limpets yet, and there is a good reason for that. So we're just going to, yeah, okay, so we're in range now. I'm just going to start shooting at it, see what we get. So we're getting silver and gallite here. Silver 5%, gallite 10%. For me, that's an okay rock. Let's see if I've got gallite in my refinery already. Doesn't matter if I don't. No, I don't. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eject the indite, and I am actually going to launch the limpets now because I want this silver. So that's how I do my prospecting, basically. I fire slightly at the rock and see what's in there. Prospecting, you'd fire a limpet in there and it'd tell you what's in there, but I'm just going off what I've got in this fragment, and that's what I'm going to use as a measure. So here we go, I'm going to start firing away, start getting bits off and launch. So I've double clicked my button to launch the limpet, so hopefully we'll see 2 fly out. We've only seen 1 go out, which means that the other one's bugged. There does seem to be a slight bug at the moment where it just kills your limpets. We'll see. Yep, so but if I do it again now, we will actually get the correct number. So there we go, 2 limpets flying out, as you can see, and they're going to go and pick everything up. You can see these mining lasers do use a lot of energy. And a cool tip for anyone who doesn't know is if you go into this mode, if you hold down your trigger as you press mode to exit, you can then kind of go AFK, and I'm not pressing any controls, and it's just carrying on doing it, and it'll keep going until basically it's picked up all the resources, I guess. Okay guys, so I've been going for about 50 minutes now, and I'll show you what I've got in my inventory in a second. I'm just going to try and find one more asteroid that's got something decent inside it. and then I'm going to head back. I'm not sure how full my ship is, but I thought I'd show how much I have made in about an hour. Right, so let's go. Let's just refuel. If we make a note of our money, 902,841, 902,841, and then if we sell everything, and like I said, we're not going to get the best prices here, but I don't really care. Okay, so submit. What else we got? Osmium. Okay, so what were we on? 9. What were we on? 9. I think 902 before we bought the fuel. So let's do 1,350,158 minus 902,902. So we've made 450k there in about an hour, and like I say, it can go up and down. It depends on what rocks you find, but that's not bad at all. 950k, I'm quite happy with that. Obviously you've got to take your limits into account, but literally they're 3 grand for, well, I didn't even use 3 grand's worth there. So that's been my tutorial on how to do mining in Elite 1.5. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it easy to follow. If you did, give it a like. If you've got any questions, ask down below, and I will be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Good luck mining.